I'd just be minding my business and I could hear the cheese from the refrigerator just yelling at me. Hey, Big Vern. Yeah, you, Big Vern. Come on up in here and have some of this here cheese. I really feel like if cheese knew where it came from, that it probably wouldn't be so aggressive and trying to call me there over there. Big Vern, vegan Trump supporter here, talking to you all day about dairy. I used to be a dairy-holic. I mean, when I became vegan, one of the hardest things for me to have to do was to stop eating so much dairy. I mean, I love dairy so much. I love cheese, I love milk, and I love all the great products that you can make with both cheese and milk, including cheese and milk. Probably my favorite cheese out there would be American cheese. Ain't no better cheese than American cheese. Typically, American cheese gonna be something like a nice yellow with some hints of more yellow and ain't got no holes in it like that Swiss cheese. Everyone wants to talk about, hey, we need to live on a Swiss type free healthcare model. How are we supposed to know that the Swiss healthcare model even works when you look at the Swiss cheese and the cheese itself has holes in it? I can only assume that the Swiss healthcare system is a lot like Swiss cheese. Just got a lot of holes in it, that's really it. I used to love me some good old American yellow cheese. Ain't nothing better than some good Kraft slices put there on a bologna sandwich. I mean, I used to have one of those about every day. And sometimes between meals, I'd sneak it up in the fridge and eat me some yellow cheese slices. But now that I'm vegan, I can't have no more dairy, no more cheese, no more ice cream. Those days are gone. And I've really kind of taken to be okay with it. At first it was a bit of a struggle. And for a long time I was wondering, hey Big Vern, why was it so hard to stop eating cheese? Cause sometimes I tell you, I felt like the cheese was just calling my name. I'd just be minding my business and I could hear the cheese from the refrigerator just yelling at me. Hey Big Vern, hey Big Vern, yeah you Big Vern, come on up in here and have some of this here cheese. And I'd have to sit there and say, no, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. I have to pretend like I don't hear the cheese calling my name. Even though I don't got no cheese in my house, I still have to go to that there grocery store and walk by the old cheese aisle and I can hear all the different kinds of cheeses. The American cheeses and the Swiss cheeses and the soft goat cheeses and the provolone cheeses and the Gouda cheeses and the cream cheeses. I can just still hear them all saying to me, hey Big Vern, ain't nothing wrong with just cheating on that veganism a little bit. Ain't no little bit of cheese gonna hurt nobody. But then I have to tell the cheese, hey cheese, y'all even know where you even come from? Y'all even know that you're responsible for the raping and the murdering of so many innocent, sweet baby cows? Ain't you know that, cheese? I really feel like if cheese knew where it came from, that it probably wouldn't be so aggressive and trying to call me there over there. Wondered why did I crave cheese so much? Cause really, cheese, even though it's delicious, it ain't such a solid food that you can just eat. It's almost anti-human to eat. I mean, how did we even make cheese to begin with? Well, the reason that cheese is so delicious is because of the casein. I learned this from the movie What the Health. The casein is what makes the cheese so gosh darn delicious and so gosh darn addicted. Cause what happens is the cheese goes there in your belly, and your belly turns there into quesomorphine. Does that sound familiar to you? Quesomorphine? Well, I'll tell you, you think about it, you just hear the word morphine and you know that that's a lot like there's some serious drugs. Cheese essentially turns into drugs up there in their brain, because it gets turned into that there quesomorphine's there in their stomach. And I mean, even though the cheese is so delicious, that's only part of the deal. Really what's happening is, well, it's like drugs acting there on their brain. I mean, what am I supposed to do if I start craving that cheese? Because even now that I'm vegan, it's not like I've just totally forgotten about cheese. You think someone who's on heroin just forgets about them great days they were doing heroin? Of course not. They crave it all the time. I crave cheese all the time. Drugs are up there in my bare brain and I can't just let go. But I do my best. I do my best. So now that I'm a vegan, I've had to come to realize that, well, in fact, we got some great vegan cheese alternatives. When I became vegan, it seemed so hopeless. It seemed like, am I ever gonna be normal again? Will it ever be right to just not have cheese? Will all this cheese just be infecting my mind, make me wanna just answer the calls of all those desperate cheese cries that I hear there at the grocery store? Well, turns out that the vegans have their own cheeses. We got nut cheeses. We make cheese out of nuts. Ain't that something? We make that there walnut cheese. We make that there cashew cheese. We make that there almond cheese, pine nut cheese. But really, I'd say the heavy hitters here are probably the cashew cheese, because something about cashews makes it convert into cheese very, very easily. I mean, I don't know the mechanism myself. I'm not much of a science person. Heck, science was the thing that I just didn't pay attention to for a long time. But now I gotta start paying attention to it because I'm a vegan, and well, we gotta make sure everybody who's not a vegan knows that, well, vegan is scientifically better than not being a vegan. So I've had to pay attention to science. But there's just something about them there cashews that, well, they just are supposed to be cheese. I mean, they come off the tree as nuts. They get picked there by those sweet little Vietnamese people there in the old Vietnam. And, well, they pick the cashews and well, I don't know if they know, but them cashews ain't no nuts. Those cashews are little itty bitty seeds of vegan cheese. Cause you can make all kinds of vegan cheese with cashews. You can make cashew cheese. You can make cashew cream cheese. You can make all kinds of delicious cashew cheeses. And well, sometimes you could just take that cheese and put some good old vegetables or chives in it. Make yourself a nice chive veggie cashew cream cheese. I mean, the thing they're doing with those there cashews is just absolutely mind-blowing. And the almonds, we can't forget about the almonds. I mean, they're using the almonds, they're making cheese. I've had walnut cheese, I've had Brazil nut cheese. And let me tell you something. If you ever had Brazil nuts, you know it tastes like the bottom of a baby's diaper. But they got all that there, damn selenium in there, so, well, that's pretty tasty. Or it's good for your thyroid, it's good for your antioxidants. But you can make Brazil nut cheese, and I'll tell you what, it's not the most appetizing cheese that I've ever had, but, well, you can try it for yourself. Maybe you got different tastes. That's what I always say about these things. When people say to me, hey, Big Vern, you're a vegan, and I think about being vegan, but I don't really like the flavors of vegan food. And I say, well, everybody's got different tastes for everything, so maybe you might ask me about Brazil cheese, and I might say, well, Brazil nut cheese, it ain't my thing, but there's a reason people make it, because there are people out there who like it. So if you're one of those people who like Brazil nut cheese, you gotta do you. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode talking about them cheeses. If you're a vegan and you like that vegan cheese, Leave a comment down below, let Big Vern know what you think, and listen to the Holistic A-Hole podcast. I'll catch y'all on the next one.